use headphones for best experience. Thanks for your fantastic support. Hi. Welcome to another video. Today I would like to draw another of the United States of America, and I would like to draw Michigan. It's been requested a lot. And I think it's interesting state because it's so connected to the Great Lakes. So I start by drawing the Great Lakes, some of the Great Lakes, and then see if I can draw the Michigan state after that. So first I just want to do some rough sketching here. Probably I should use the white pen. So here we have the Lake Superior. I guess one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world, if not the largest. But I guess that depends. Could depend on how you count. I mean, area or volume or something like that, to measure the size of a lake. Isle Royale, with big island, for being located in a freshwater lake. Some other islands, Sulocks, Ontario, Canada. So you can see how I prepared this piece of paper a bit. Some color, it's a green paper, but I've added some pigment from crayons. Here we have Lake Michigan. Mackinac, Straits Mackinac. Some islands here as well. And we move on to the next lake. Lake Huron. Drummond Island. Manitoulin Island. Really big island here in Canada. The Canadian part of the Lake Huron area. Sault Ste. Marie. Something like this, and Lake St. Clair, Detroit, and Lake Erie. I have to go through this area one more time, I think, because this is not very accurate. More like this, I think. Okay, let's add some ink for the lakes. I think it's gonna look great with some deep blue color for the Great Lakes. Don't you think? So since I already messed this up, I'll start with the Michigan Lake. And also now, while we're still in the beginning of this video, I would like to do some shout outs, because the first thing I'd like to talk about is the community tab on my channel. I think I will start to use it a bit more, maybe upload a couple of videos that I will not upload as public regular videos, but There have been some requests for making videos more like ramble videos, and yeah, I think I could post maybe short videos and more types of videos perhaps, and also I could post collaboration videos there. And actually we have if you have seen this collaboration, a huge Atlas collab that it's a series I have together with Jingles with Fly by ASMR and Gaslamp ASMR and Let's Find Out ASMR. We started this series in mid 2018, I think, and we have uploaded 6 episodes so far, but the latest one was uploaded in late 2018, so now it's been a while. But actually Gaslamp ASMR has just finished the editing and uploaded the 7th episode finally. I'm so excited to see how it turned out, and that would be a great opportunity to use the community tab, I think, because it's not a video on my channel, but it's a video on Gaslamp ASMR channel. So check that out, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notifications whenever I post anything on my main channel or on the community tab, because yeah, I think I will upload a couple of videos there once in a while. I have some ideas. I already have recorded some stuff that I don't think really fit into my main channel. It's more like rambles and other stuff. But don't miss this 7th episode of the huge Atlas collab. I'll put a link also in the description to this video so you can find it. It's a bit complicated with the coastline and everything. Hope I get it right here. And yeah, also check out the description box to this video or to any of my map related videos. This still doesn't look very accurate. I have to modify it a bit more. In the description box I always list my other map drawing or map related or globe related videos. So by now it's a quite long list, but if you're interested in map drawing or map reading ASMR content, you can check out that list as well. Green Bay, this is called. And we have Lake Superior here. These shapes are really nice, don't you think? Also, I could make some shout-outs for other YouTube channels with some map ASMR content. Also, I have a list on all my videos. You can check out the description box if you're interested in more great map content. And besides Jingles with Fly by Gaslamp ASMR and Let's Find Out ASMR, we have a couple of channels I like to recommend and suggest. It's Whisper Corner ASMR, it's Welsh ASMR 82, and Griseus ASMR, and Indie ASMR, and Vitor ASMR. There you can find a lot of map related content as well. Okay, so there we have the lakes. The Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie. That's 4 of the Great Lakes. We also have Lake Ontario here to the east, but it's not connected to Michigan, so it's connected to Canada and New York State. But Michigan actually connects to all these 4 Great Lakes. That's quite cool, I think. It's really a great lake state in a way. So, before I show you the borders of Michigan, I'd like to draw some rivers. Because some of the borders actually follow the rivers. And let's start here in the upper peninsula. We have the Myaamia River. tributary to the Menominee River. And then we have the Brule River from here somewhere. And if we move on to the lower peninsula, the Mitten, then we have a couple of rivers here. Manistee River, and Muskegon River, and one source of this river is the Houghton Lake. Then we have the Grand River, Grand Rapids, Lansing, something like this. And to the south we have St. Joseph River. And part of the Canadian border, the border between Canada and Michigan, is the St. Clair River, between Lake St. Clair and Lake Huron. And also between Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair we have Detroit River. So here you can easily see the border to Canada. There are a lot of rivers here in the Saginaw, ending up in the Saginaw Bay. Saginaw River, and tributaries to this river are the Tittabawassee River, Chippewa River, and Shiawassee River, and the Flint River, and Cass River. It's quite a large river basin here all ending up here in the Saginaw Bay. Maybe I can point out another river here in the northern peninsula. We have this lake here, Manistic Lake. And here's the town Manistic. I'm not sure if this river is called Manistic River. I guess it is. See if I can point out some more lakes. Here in the Porcupine Mountains, the most mountainous area of Michigan, we have Lake Kogepik. Yeah, one source of the Brule River is the Brule Lake. There are a lot of lakes, but compared to the Great Lakes, they're quite small. So for now, I'll just point out these. Okay, so Michigan is basically consists of two peninsulas, the lower peninsula and the upper peninsula. And here we have the border between Michigan and Indiana to the south. And here to Ohio to the southeast. And here is the border to Ontario, Canada. And let's see, this island belongs to, it's a Drummond Island, it belongs to Michigan and the US. But these islands are Canadian. So this is the border. Right through Lake Huron. And then we have another Canadian island here and another US island here, and the Sioux Locks, Sault Ste. Marie here between Lake Superior and Lake Huron. This is Canada, and this is Isle Royale. I'm not sure if I should pronounce it in French, but here's Minnesota. and Canada. So now you can see the entire lower peninsula, but we still have to draw the border between Wisconsin to the south and the upper peninsula of Michigan, and it follows the Menominee River at first, then the Brule River, Brule, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And then like this. So this is Wisconsin, Manitowoc, Milwaukee, and can also show you the border between Wisconsin and Illinois, Chicago here. And here we have border in the Lake Superior between Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I'm soon gonna zoom in a bit on different parts here, but before I do that, I would like to talk a bit about the Native American languages that have been spoken here historically and still today in some areas. And I've seen a map of different language families showing the Ojibwe language spoken around here, mostly in the Upper Peninsula, and the Potawatomi language spoken here, the Lower Peninsula, and the Fox language and culture, and Kickapoo, and Menominee, the Sauk, and all these languages and Indian cultures are parts of the very widely spread Algonquian language group, Native American tribe and language group, in large areas of the northeast USA and southeast Canada. And also we have the Miami, Illinois language, concentrated around here in the southwest. And I find it really interesting when I started to read about the word Miami, because I would think, at first when I hear Miami I would think of Florida, but actually there are a lot of words referring to Miami in this area, in Illinois and Indiana and Michigan, and it's actually a word meaning in this Algonquian language, meaning downstream people, or a person living downstream. This could refer to people living by the St. Joseph River here, for example, or maybe the Wabash River further south in Indiana. And I guess Miami in Florida is a completely different word, meaning something else. But in this area, this is the meaning of the word, the original meaning of the word, I guess. And Ojibwe is a really widespread language, and also it has a very cool writing language that I want to show you. So in the Ojibwe language, for example, Michigan in the Ojibwe language means big lake or large water. Michigama. And the writing system is a syllabic writing system. So just like in, for example, the Japanese hiragana and katakana writing system, it consists of syllables. So here I'm going to write a word. A, ni, shi, na, pe, lo, mo. Win. A, ni, shi, na, pe, mo, win. It's really cool writing characters, I think. And this means actually Ojibwe. In the Ojibwe language somehow. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it because I don't really get it, but Ojibwe is actually an exonym, something other Native American tribes called this group, this language, this culture, Ojibwe. And the endonym, what the group use themselves for their language, is this word, Anishina Pemowin. So that was quite cool, I think. There's also an English exonym for the Ojibwe, and that's Chippewa. So this river here was called the Chippewa River, and that's the English exonym for Ojibwe, or for Anishinaabe-Mowin. Now let's zoom in a bit. The northern peninsula, and I'll show you some national forests areas. Here we have the Ottawa National Forest, really large area. Here we have the Hiawatha National Forest, basically two separate areas, one to the west and one here to the east. And the most mountainous area in Michigan is, I believe, the Porcupine Mountains. And the highest mountain peak is Mount Arvon. Here somewhere. 1979 feet high. And I also point out some cities here, or towns. We have Crystal Falls. We have a market. We have Monistic. And Sault Ste. Marie, both on the US side of the border and the Canadian, I guess. And then we have Mackinac City and St. Ignace. And between these two we have the really long bridge crossing the Straits of Mackinac. So the bridge was built in 1957, or it was opened in 1957. And it's a 8-kilometer wide or 5-mile wide channel. So by that time it was one of the longest bridges in the world, I guess. There's also a small island here, probably quite important historically. It's the Mackinac Island. And here in the lower peninsula we have some highlands here to the center. You can see where all these rivers have their sources, and also a lot of national forests. For example, the Huron-Manistee National Forests. One part here to the west. Another part here to the east. And there are a lot of national forests here. I'm just showing you the most vast in area. I've seen on maps there are a lot of smaller areas with national forests here, for example. Copper Country State Forest. Okay, we have some more cities that I'd like to point out. We have Ludington here by the coast to Lake Michigan and very close to the Huron-Manistee National Forest. We have Grand Rapids here by the Grand River. We have the capital Lansing, state capital. Here. We have Jackson, so by the river here, and we have Flint by the Flint River. And Midland, perhaps I can show you. Midland should be Saginaw here. And Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor. Here somewhere. So we have a smaller town here called Stockbridge. I'd like to show you. And then we, of course, we have Detroit and this huge metropolitan area. Detroit, located by the Lake St. Clair and the Detroit River, just at the border to Canada. And we have other cities that are included in the Metro Detroit. It's for example Warren, it's Sterling Heights, Troy, and Dearborn, Livonia, Taylor, you have Port Huron, and yeah. As you can see, it's a really populated area here, concentrated to the southeast of the state. And actually the entire population of Michigan is 10 million. Only 3% or 311,000 people living in the Upper Peninsula. So 9.5 million approximately in the Lower Peninsula. And then we have 3.7 million in the Detroit metropolitan area. And in Detroit City it's 672,000. The second biggest city is Grand Rapids with 200,000. And then we have Warren and Sterling Heights, approximately 130,000. Then we have Ann Arbor, the university town. It's 121,000. And then we have the capital of Michigan, it's Lansing. Capital since 1857. sorry, 1847. Before that, I guess it was Detroit. But since 1847, it's been Lansing. 118,000 people living there, approximately. And we have Flint with 95,000. And then we have more cities included in the Detroit metro: Dearborn, Livonia, and Troy. Around 100,000. Okay, let's talk a bit about this western coast of the Mitten. I've heard that there are some sand dunes in this along this coast. So we have the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore here somewhere. And we have the Manitou Islands, north and south. The south actually is a bit smaller than the north. Make it like that. I'm gonna do like this. And then we have more islands. We have the Beaver Island here, and we have the Bois Blanc Island and the Mackinac Island. And here to the southwest we have the Silver Lake State Park and the Silver Lake Sand Dunes. Guess it's quite a beautiful area to visit. And this is called the Door Peninsula, part of Wisconsin. And I guess you can take the ferry from Muskegon. Show you where Muskegon is as well. It's by the Muskegon River. Somewhere close to Muskegon, you can take the ferry to Milwaukee in Wisconsin. And from Ludington, you can take the ferry to Manitowoc, also in Wisconsin. So, formally, Michigan entered the Union as a state in 1837. And in 1825, the Erie Canal had opened. You can't see Erie Canal on this map because it's further to the east. It's a canal in the New York State. But it had a huge effect on this area because when it was opened, you could go from this. It connected New York via the Hudson River, I guess, to connected New York to the Great Lakes. Also, the zoo locks are quite important. Connect the Lake Superior to Lake Huron, and this whole is part of the Great Lakes Waterway. When you traveled mainly by boats, it was of course very important to have these canals and rivers that you can travel through. And the Sulaks opened actually as early as 1798 the first time, but then they were destroyed in the War of 1812 and rebuilt. So the latest canal opened in 1895 and opened the shipping route from the Atlantic Ocean to Lake Superior, like I said. And so after 1825, when the Erie Canal had opened, a large number of people came to Michigan. So it didn't take long until it was entered the Union as a state. But before that, Michigan was part of New France, actually, between 1668 to 1763. And then we have this very important fort, Fort Mackinac. And the French, they used the Fort Michilimackinac. Michilimackinac, I think that's the word. It was located on the mainland, south of the Straits of Mackinac. So just here, to control the area. But in 1780, a new limestone fort of Mackinac Island was built by the British. That's why I wanted to show you this small Mackinac Island. And after the Treaty of Paris in 1763, which ended the 7 Years' War, France ceded most of New France, and that's what's Canada and all territories east of Mississippi, to Britain. So I guess that's why it's mostly English-speaking area today. But it's really interesting with this French history, I think, in this part of North America, like Southeast Canada, and a lot of French history here, I guess. You can see on the names of some islands here. Île Royale de Bois Blanc. So a lot of French history. The first European to explore Michigan was what I've heard, Etienne Brûlé. He came here about 1620. And we have the French officer Antoine de la Motte Cadillac, who founded the Pontchartrain du Détroit. And this became later the city of Detroit. It was a settlement based on the fur trade in this area, and missions and farming. And speaking about Detroit, we have a lot of history in the 20th century. We have the fact that it was the center of the US automobile industry during the century, with the General Motors, Ford and Chrysler, for example. And I read somewhere that the first Ford Model T was produced here in 1908 in Dearborn, I think. Now today it's a museum here, Ford Museum. Or maybe if it was in another area, I'm not sure. Also, we have the record label founded in 1959 that would have a huge impact on modern music. It was called the Motown record label. That means Motor Town, because that was referring to the Motor Town, Detroit, somehow. And this record label was originally headquartered in Detroit. Detroit is well known for being a major culture center with lots of art, architecture, design, and music. It's a very interesting area, I guess. And part of the Upper Peninsula is the smaller Keweenaw Peninsula. This is called the Keweenaw Point. Almost in the middle of Lake Superior. Maybe I should write the names of the lakes, at least on this map. So here we have a lake. Superior. Here we have the lake. Michigan. Here we have lake. Huron. Here we have lake. Erie. And I could also add Lake Saint Clair. And Saginaw Bay. Maybe also the Straits of Mackinac, because I like how it's spelled. No, spelled with a C. And here we have Ontario, like I said before. Ontario, Canada. But I guess this is what I've read about and wanted to show you today. I hope you found this video relaxing. Thank you so much for watching, and sleep well. Take care, and see you next time.